Oil Spill by Melvin Berger. The night of March 24th, 1989 was dark and cold. A huge black oil tanker glided out of the port of Valdez, Alaska. Painted on its bow was its name, Exxon Valdez. The Exxon Valdez floated low in the water. About 50 million gallons of crude oil weighed it down. The huge tanker slowly sailed out into Prince William Sound, and then suddenly it happened. Crunch! The ship slammed into an underwater reef. Thick, black oil flowed out of the Exxon Valdez's smashed tanks. It poured into the dark water. The Exxon Valdez spilled out 11 million gallons of oil. That much oil could fill over 1,000 big swimming pools. The sticky oil soon covered 11,000 square miles of ocean water. That is an area as big as the state of Maryland. It damaged about 1,250 miles of Alaska's coastline. That is longer than the entire Atlantic coast of the United States. The oil stuck to the feathers of many ducks, geese, and other seabirds. The birds couldn't swim or fly. Over 300,000 died. Oil got into the bodies of fish, shrimp, and crabs. No one knows how many of them were killed. Sea otters, sea lions, harbor seals, and killer whales swallowed oil. They breathed the poisonous fumes. Their bodies were coated with oil. Thousands of these marine mammals died. The spill from Exxon Valdez was one of the worst in our country's history, but it was not the only one. An oil spill occurs somewhere in the world almost every day of the year. Oil spills have many causes. Some are accidents. A tanker like the Exxon Valdez runs aground or collides with another ship. Workers make mistakes as a tanker is being loaded or unloaded. An undersea oil well starts to leak. A tank or pipe breaks at a shore oil terminal. Some oil spills occur on purpose. The tanker captain tells the worker to clean out the tanks. Sometimes they flush the old oil into the sea. Tankers collide with another tanker. Undersea oil starts to leak. Pipe breaks at the shore oil terminal. The causes of oil spills differ, but the result is the same. The oil spreads out and it floats on top of the water. Experts on oil spills rush to the scene. They start to clean up the mess. The first job is to stop the oil from spreading. They put a boom around the spill. The boom is like a collar. It keeps the oil in one place. For small spills, the experts may call for a skimmer. There are several kinds of skimmers. One type works like a giant vacuum cleaner. It sucks up the oil from the water. Sometimes the oil the skimmer collects can be used again. For some small spills, experts place special pads on top of the oil. The pads are like sponges. They soak up the oil. They have to get rid of the soaked up oil. For larger spills, the experts may set the oil on fire, but the fire sends smoke and gas into the air and leaves ash in the water. Cleanup crews also use chemicals to get rid of large oil spills. People aboard planes or boats spread the chemicals on the oil. Some chemicals break the oil into tiny bits, and the tiny bits mix with the water. Other chemicals make the oil come together, and the oil forms a layer like a sheet of rubber. One type of skimmer lifts the sheet of oil and only debris out of the water. Chemicals make the oil less harmful, but they add poisons to the water. In time, the oil from most spills drifts up onto the shore. Scientists spray the rocks and the sands with hot water to wash the oil back into the sea. But the hot spray may also push the oil farther into the rocks and sand. Here, the oil can harm plants and animals that live on the shore. Scientists sometimes add bacteria to the oil along the shore. The bacteria eat the oil and change it into harmless substances, but it would take a huge amount of bacteria to get rid of a big oil spill. Sometimes the experts decide that no action is the best way to treat the oil spill. The wind and waves mix the oil and water together. It is like mixing oil and vinegar to make salad dressing. In time, much of the oil disappears. Oil spills are major disasters. Slowly, scientists are learning how to clean them up. They are learning how to prevent spills. How can we help to prevent oil spills too? How to help prevent oil spills. We can use less oil. If we use less oil, there will be fewer oil tankers in the oceans. The chance of oil spills will not be as great. One way to save oil is to use less electricity. Electricity is often produced by burning oil. Less electricity means less oil. Another way to cut oil needs is to use less gasoline, which is made from oil. That means driving smaller cars or staying within the speed limit. We can also write letters to members of Congress and tell them that we want new laws to prevent oil spills. Oil tankers should have double hulls. If the outer hull is damaged, the inner one will still hold the oil. Tankers should have the most modern radar, radio, and other safety systems. This will help to prevent collisions. Experts should teach tanker crews how to handle oil spills. Booms, skimmers, chemicals, and bacteria should be kept ready for emergencies all around the world. Oil companies should be helped to find new oil fields in the United States. They should not just depend on the oil shipped from abroad. Together, we can make our seas and shorelines clean and beautiful again. Dear Senator, I'm worried about oil spills. They kill birds, fish, and other animals that live in the sea. We must protect our earth. We need new laws to help prevent oil spills. Sincerely, Anna.